Hi, my name is Adrian, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to best prepare your soil if you want to plant in raised garden beds, and why it may be a good option and a good alternative to other types of beds or to grow directly on the soil that you have. I'm going to show you techniques of how to layer certain organic material that you can find in your garden or produce yourself, and how this will be beneficial for the life and the biology and the fertility of your soil, and how this will then impact the harvest and the quality of the plants and vegetables that you will produce. So first of all, the idea why I don't want to just start planting directly on the soil is because my soil is very clay heavy and I have some stones in it, which is not the best start. Clay has some advantages. It retains water, it's very rich in minerals, but it can over retain water as well. So clay soils tend to be flooded when it's raining a lot. It doesn't drain water so well. Many vegetables and plants will have issues with clay, especially root vegetables that need a lot of space to grow their root, such as carrots, beetroots, and so on. So that's the first point. And then for the soil life, the micro and macroorganisms, I want a bit more balanced soil. And I'm not sure of the fertility and biology of my soil actually. When I prepared the first bed here, I could notice actually some life. Remember, it's still cold, so the biology and activity in the soil is very poor, and worms tend to go deeper into the soil because it's so cold. But I still found some worms when I was digging in the first 15 centimeters, which is a good sign already. All right, let's start with this soil. See, I have massive stones in there as well, which is problematic. So this whole process is for me as well to find the stones and try to remove them. Wow, quite a few worms actually. 1, 2, 3 worms. That's an excellent sign. Makes me really happy. So what I'm gonna do is take the soil, take away the big pieces with my hands. It's really cold, my hands are freezing, I'm telling you. So many worms, it's amazing. You see how compact the soil is? You know, in general terms, being in permaculture or overland gardening, it's never a good idea to disturb your soil. So you're not meant to do this ideally, because in your soil you have, micro and macroorganisms and networks of mycelium and mushrooms that are not necessarily visible, but are extremely important for the whole balance of your soil and how it works. It's a whole ecosystem that's going on in there. And when you dig or you tile, you just disturb all those networks and the whole ecosystem. So I allow myself to do this just once for the initiation of the soil, for a good reason, is to improve and feed the soil and increase its biology, improve its texture. Yeah, it's a small sacrifice that I'm doing because I have that long-term goal of improving it. All right, I'm done with this. You can see this is about 15 centimeters. My hands are so cold. I don't know if you can see, but they're red. I'm gonna get other gloves. Super cold. This is quite an exercise. Actually, I was planning to go to the gym today, but I don't need to with this exercise. It's quite physical, and I have 2 more to do. I don't think I'll manage today. I removed 1 million stones. I found many worms and some different types of larvae, which is really cool and a good sign. And I'll feed them with some really good stuff. So now let's get on to the next stage. My mission now is to find old branches and logs that are ideally decomposing already. So that's exactly, it's this type of stuff we're looking for. So you can see it's really soft, easy to break, decomposing. That's the kind of stuff we want. So this is definitely one that will take with me. When it's easy to break, it's already a good sign. I found a gem here. I don't know if you can see this in the camera as well, but you've probably seen this white stuff. And when you see this, you probably think, wow, this is mold. Actually, it is some sort of mold. That's mycelium. That's the mushroom that I was talking about. That will be really beneficial. Now I'm gonna throw these logs in there evenly. Also, this technique with logs is something that's used for raised beds, so that it takes up some of the space and you don't need to buy too much soil or too much compost, because it can get really expensive to fill up the whole raised bed. My two next ingredients. First, some ash that I'm putting in there. And next is my Bokashi. I'm gonna show you. It doesn't look really appetizing, but that thing is so rich in nutrients. So you can see it's quite decomposed. It's not, there's no mold. It smells a bit sour, and everything's super soft. The smell is strong. It's not necessarily bad smell, really strong smell. Whoa, okay, everything came out as one piece. You can see how compact it was, which is exactly what you want. So I can see banana peel, I can see pumpkin, I can see lemon, I can see paper towels, I can see coffee, I can see many things, and the worms will thrive on that. Next, I'm gonna get some dead leaves and put it on top of that. This will shrink a little bit in volume as the leaves and even the wood will decompose, but that's not a big deal. It's not an issue. I mean, it just means that things have mineralized and turned into carbon, so into texture and into nutrients that will be bioavailable for your plants and all the organisms in there, which is a good thing. So we'll add back the soil, remove the stones. By the way, this is my little indoor greenhouse to pre-grow certain seeds and plants in order to be ready for the season in May after the last frost. So here I have some parsley, salad, coriander, basil, spinach, celery, leek, tomatoes, different types of tomatoes, Brussels sprouts, other types of tomatoes, thyme, broccoli, artichoke. This is tobacco actually, not for consumption, but apparently it produces beautiful flowers. Here I have more broccoli, and I have some mangolds, and down there I have things, leafy greens and small things that I wanted to try to grow indoor for consumption before planting out. So the last row are radishes, and I'll show you. They start, I tried a few, they're really, really yummy. They're not fully ready, but it's amazing to see I can grow them indoors as well. And here I have a mix of spinach, and behind is lettuce slash salad. And then on the side, you cannot see, but I have strawberries, and I have a few flowers actually. So I'll get some very early strawberries to harvest already, and then I have some tomato plants. And here on the side, you cannot see, but I planted ginger and curcuma. Not sure what's the name in English. It's amazing, isn't it? I tried them already. Amazing. I'm in the forest behind my house where I live, and there are many wild boars that had a party in that forest, and that have, as you know, boars and pigs, they like to dig in the soil and then turn the soil. And this is the result. I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see, so they turn the first 15-20 centimeters of the soil, and the soil is excellent, it's really good. So not so much clay, and you can see that it's years and years of decomposition of organic material. You know, leaves, fruits, dead animals, dead insects, mushrooms, dead roots that have decomposed, and this is the result. And that's exactly that quality, that texture and fertility of soil is exactly what we want to reproduce in our vegetable garden if we don't have that as a starting basis. So this soil is excellent. So I'm gonna take some of it, not too much, so I don't disturb the local ecosystem too much. Et voilà, this is the final result of how the bed will look like in the end. The soil is just incredibly fluffy, a good texture, will be amazing to grow all types of plants and vegetables, like, you know, leafy greens that are more outside, but also root vegetables like carrots and beetroots and so on that needs, you know, more fluffiness to sprout their roots into the soil. All the different layers will provide this continuous stream and supply of nutrients and minerals throughout time that will decompose at different speeds. So the Bokashi is more quickly available, the Bokashi tea and the urine will be even more available, and I'll continue to use that throughout the season. And then the wood, the logs, will provide, not only be used as sponges with the water, but also decompose over time and release minerals and carbon and so on. And same with the leaves and the branches that I've left in there. And those remaining material from the forest as well here, old roots and old leaves and yeah, old nuts, all types of things that will contribute to that beautiful little ecosystem that I've created here. Very important. I have not put a you know, a sheet or a plastic underneath because I want that exchange to happen between the original soil underneath and that topsoil that I've created. So within this, there's this beautiful exchange that will happen with the help of the mycelium, the plants that I will plant, and all the micro and microorganisms, including these beautiful worms that will help us so much. I hope you enjoy this video, that you learned something, and especially that we will put this into practice. Please let me know how it goes. If you have any ideas, any insights, any experience, happy to learn from you as well. See you in the next video. Bye.